given up on your prospective ministries. You've given up on doing something for God because of this circumstance or that circumstance, or this thing happened or that thing happened, or, I'm too old, or I'm this or I'm that, and I've had too many marriages, or I had a broken family, or I had this or I had that. And God is looking at you like, duh, I already know that. When I called you before the foundation of the world, did I not know that was going to happen? If you think that you got to be perfect to ever do anything from God, you got another thing coming, which is nothing. If you think that you got to be perfect to do something for God, you got another thing coming, which is nothing.
So good.
So good Lord. Nothing will happen with you if you think that you have to be perfect to be used of God. Whoa. Could I do something like that? Why not? And you say, I've seen meetings, and Dave's been in meetings, and we've seen great mighty things with hundreds and crowds of people, things happening and all this stuff. But something like that to me, when you compare it, there is no comparison. That's like being Philip the Evangelist in the middle of a city-wide outpouring, and God says, leave now, go in the middle of the desert, and I'm going to show you what to do. There's going to be a guy out there I want you to pray for. And he's going to get saved.
Wow, praise you.
See, you do not measure the success of your ministry by crowds or anything like that. You measure the success of your ministry by your obedience to God. All He wants you to do is what He says. And you are a success. Could I be a Jesse Duplantis? Absolutely, if you do everything God told you to do. Everything that He told you to do, when you're standing up in glory and the judgment seat of Christ, you stand right beside Jesse. You may be in front of him because Jesse might not have done what God told him to do a few times, but you always do what God told you to do. Therefore, you're right there in the forefront. You were just as powerful in the earth as He was because you were obedient to what God told you to do. We can't measure success in ministry or any of the things like that by the things we see, hear, feel, but by the obedience that we flow in God with. And revival, true God-broke revival in your heart will cause you to begin to obey God. You don't have to preach against sin. You don't have to preach against, immorality. You don't have to preach against nothing. I've got to get people in love with Jesus, and they just do what's supposed to be done. They quit doing that stuff. They live right for Him. That's what revival does. Amen. That's something to do for you. With you. Just to do something. When's the last time you asked Him what you want to do with me? When's the last time you was asking? Dave? Sister? When's the last time you asked the Lord what you want to do with me, Lord? Somebody's saying, I'm afraid to ask you. He might ask you to be like you. God forbid. It took a lot of years of conditioning to do like this. See craziness after craziness. Eventually it becomes part of your life. Craziness becomes part of your life. I mean, you have to be insane to do what we do.